Combining that with our other trainings, we'll see more than 200 people over the next 2 years from Baltimore transition through this program into employment. The other exciting component of this grant is that we have the opportunity to begin some cross-training between our weatherization training program and our brownfields training program, where some enrollees will earn certifications and build skills in both trades with the interest of beginning to prepare installers, workers that can address not only the energy concerns in a home, but also the many health hazards that we find in old homes in Baltimore, like lead, mold, and asbestos. Equal in importance is this will make all the graduates that are cross-trained that much more marketable, and that much more employable at the time that they graduate. We have companies here, Hawkeye Construction, I'll recognize, who is a good example of a company that's taking this new approach to housing that we call Green and Healthy Homes, and is doing both lead abatement as well as energy efficiency work. Ken Strong, who is with the Office of Green and Healthy Homes in Baltimore, runs the office and now not only runs weatherization, but the lead abatement program in Baltimore as well. So as we look at what's going on in Baltimore, there is this movement towards green and healthy homes, and a lot of that's been led by the Coalition to End Childhood Lead Poisoning, who's here as well, and should be commended for pushing that forward. Training and certification is what we focus on here, and that's really important. However, there are many things that come together to make this program successful. There are organizations here today, the Center for Urban Families, Maryland New Directions, Jericho, that do a lot of the work that needs to be done before someone comes to us for training for their technical skills. A lot of the soft skills training, life skills, and the initial sort of interventions that need to happen. And so we're really grateful for that support. But at the end of the day, what we need at the end of this thing is the jobs. So one of our most critical partners, of course, is the employer. It helps guide us every step of the way in knowing how to structure this program so that we are successful in getting people into good, high-paying jobs. I'd like to introduce Ray Shearer, Vice President of Operations at A&I Environmental Services.
I didn't know what I was talking about. I thought I was bringing him down. I didn't know nothing about the program until I got a call that they had Marvin walked into the door one time and said he had a certificate from Civil Works, and wasn't really sure that was going to work. So when I hired Marvin and gave him a chance in there, I told him, I said, I'm going to give you a chance and let's see what you can do. You run with it. You got 90 days. I don't care where you were before, what you did. You got 90 days. Show me what you can do. He did. He's becoming a guy, and in about 2 weeks, he'll run his first large job by himself without any supervision. He will still have other people overseeing him and watching him. He still has communication with me and other supervisors on the site. He knows how we work and all that. Then I had Civil Works call me, tell me come to a little, what you guys call it? When you job fair. Job fair. Thank you. Thank you, see? Told you it was helpful. Had a job fair. When I came down here, I looked at all the people in here, and I thought I was going to bring 4 or 5 people back with me, but I found out I brought 8 of 9. 9? I got 9 of them. I gave them the same speech I gave Marvin, and they're working on it. Okay? And like I said before, I don't care where people were, I don't care what color skin, I don't care what nationality. You're here to do a job. You got certificates, learn from it. And like I told Marvin, the more you learn, the more you can earn. And I said, the better you are, so he wants to go back training and learning more, which if everybody was like Marvin in there, I would have no problem. And the other thing that I got to thank Civil Works for is you take a lot of pressure off of me by interviewing, looking at the jobs, checking the applications, and all this. All I got to do is come down to your work fair and all and look at this, and you already did all that work for me. All I got to do is pick up the person which one I want. And that's it. So I want to thank you for that. You made my job easier this summer, which is good. And I have enough people in the company now that I have 9 additional people, so we have a total of 50 people working for us this summer. And by the end of the summer over, I have 25 will be fully working for the company. as permanent workers. And we're looking at, and like Marvin knows, is that all my guys in my company are to be supervisors. So the ones I hired that are workers, they have 6 months to know their stuff, which they will, to become back to school to become a supervisor. Because my goal is, all the time I was working it, I have all supervisors. So they got to be able to learn every aspect of the job. And like I told also Marvin, is getting a license is one thing. That's just giving you a piece of paper you went to school. You have to know what the real thing to do with it out in the field. And we have other supervisors that have been doing this 10, 12 years that is training them, showing them things. And he looked at some jobs and says, they never taught me that. This is the thing. He never knew nothing about double-sided tape out there and things. They just showed you duct tape in here. When you go out in the field, you learn a lot of other things. And I want to cut this short, and I want to say thank you guys for giving me 9 good employees.
All right, well, thank you, Ray, for coming out and for giving folks an opportunity with your company. Marvin Carver, who's already been somewhat introduced, is a supervisor at A&I Environmental Services.
Good morning. My name is Marvin Carver. First, I want to thank the EPA for this wonderful endowment, this check that is going to get us some more supervisors and workers into the company. Second, I want to thank Civil Works for training us. The 16 of us that started my class, 14 of us are working, so it was like 90%. The next class, 9 people in my company hired, and for the recommendations of me, I'm doing a pretty good job. So Civil Works do work. I mean, you get in there, you train, you learn some things, and you make it work for you. I want to thank A&I, the company that hired me, for giving me a chance and letting me show what I could do so he can come back and hire 8 more guys for my alumni. Civil Works is always going to be my family. I will come here every year, every 5 years, every picnic, every whatever. And just thank you. I thank everybody that's here. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to thank the EPA for the check. For us, a lot more people that had the opportunity that I had because of you guys, the Department of Energy, Civil Works, the Be More Green program. I'd also like to thank my employer, Hawkeye Construction, for taking a chance on me, with all the service. Brief about myself, I've been home now from prison for about 8 months. I did over 10 years in federal prison. While I was in prison, I learned a lot of trades. Electrician, HVAC, took college classes for business. And I came home prepared to work, prepared to take my life in a different direction. But I couldn't find anybody to take the risk in hiring me, or take the risk in mentoring me. And one day I was at Glass for my aftercare program down at Maryland Jail. And my counselor there told me about this Be More Green thing. She was like, my background was in electrical and HVAC. She was like, well, this Be More Green thing, it's like construction, but it's green. Like, you should give them a call. And they had a number on there. It was like a little something printed off the internet. And I was also in communication with the Workforce Development Center of the Mondon, the rec center, to the mayor's office. And my counselor there, my job coach there, I was going on 3 months, I'm going on interviews, getting doors slammed in my face every day, all day. I'm in a halfway house. And so I learned how to deal with rejection quick. And he gave me the same thing, gave me John's information and said, you should try this Be More Green thing. So I called, and I actually got in touch with my first phone call, I actually got in touch with John. And he told me, gave me the information I needed as far as where to go at for the information session. I came with like 1 million other people. got the overview, filled out the application, and for the next couple of weeks it was a roller coaster ride. Coming back for more interviews and waiting for the phone calls, and at the same time still looking for employment. I actually did get one job at Burlington Coat Factory, and I got fired on my first day before I actually clocked in because outside of what I wrote on the application about my convictions, they did the background check and said, oh, we can't hire you. So that was a long bus ride that day, 2-hour bus ride.